Section 5, Week 4. Licensing and Code Requirements. You must comply with all local, state and federal regulations regarding both business operation and specific requirements pertaining to your industry. It's your responsibility to maintain current licenses with all appropriate governing bodies. You may need to register your business on the federal, state, county and city levels of government. On the state level, corporations usually register with a particular division of corporations, and professions usually register with a business and professional regulation department. Most county governments require occupational licenses. Many times it will be necessary to obtain a license from your city clerk, and then a county license from the tax collector. These levels of government and the agencies thereof will have various procedures you must follow to comply with licensing and permitting requirements for health and safety on the business premises, including submission of a floor plan. Make certain that your state and county occupational licenses are properly displayed. Be certain you understand what your occupancy capacity is and stick with it. Many states require you to file an annual business report in order to maintain legal business status. An example: if you are a residential and commercial service operation, probable agencies to contact include state and county health departments, code enforcement, planning and zoning, building department, fire marshal, solid waste, motor vehicle, etc. These agencies may have toll-free numbers, and most will be part of a state or local website. Much of what will govern your operation will be written into state statutes. Other resources for federal law governing your business operations include the United States Code of Federal Regulations, CFR, which is online at this address, the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, whose regulations could be obtained by telephone at this number or online at this address. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC guidelines can be procured by telephone at this number or online here. A Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, locator site with links to state statutes which apply to the UCC is online at this address, and the internet site here contains links to all 50 Secretary of State websites which provide basic information on corporations, partnerships, business and UCC filings. Interviewing staff. Finding and keeping good personnel is vital to the success of your business. Finding just the right person may take longer than you anticipate, therefore it is imperative you begin interviewing as soon as possible. We highly recommend that you run weekly ads and have a constant flow of applicants coming in for interviews. You will find that interviewing, hiring and training staff are the most difficult and time-consuming activities that you must accomplish. However, they are also the most vital. What to consider before hiring. When hiring, look for employees that balance your strengths and weaknesses. If you are a creative genius but are poorly organized, try to attract someone who can bring some order to the company's work. Remember that what you hire is what you get in terms of personality, strengths, weaknesses, and work style. Good employees are found, not changed. You cannot change someone's personal attributes. Don't expect to try. Start the hiring process by first understanding your company's mission, principles, and promises. Who are we? What are our values? Any company must first have an understanding of who it is before it can know the kind of employee it wants to hire. You can help someone learn a skill, but you cannot teach attitude. The better the attitude, the better service your customers will likely receive. Employees look for responsibility, a good working environment, a sense of accomplishment, a belief in the business and what it does, and a fair salary. When interviewing prospective employees, ask them what they expect to find in the position. Determine what skills and attributes are most needed for the job and see if your expectations and the applicants match. If they do, you have a good beginning for a productive relationship. Where to find good employees. If you already have employees, are pleased with them and are looking for more like them, ask them to keep their eyes open for talented prospects. If you believe you can trust an employee and that employee trusts the prospect, chances are you can trust the prospect as well. Many companies offer a special bonus when current employees bring in successful hires. We recommend a bonus of $200 for employees' referrals once they have completed 6 consecutive months of employment. The Internet can be a good source for employees, particularly for entry-level professional positions. Other possibilities are through business networks, job fairs, and through online job boards. Another option, particularly during lean times, is hiring independent contractors or outside professionals. Many independent contractors can be paid by the job rather than by the hour and will help you avoid the cost of benefits. Independent contractors are good sources for special expertise for specific jobs. Keeping the good hires. The people you select to work for your company should have a good reason for wanting to work with you, and it shouldn't be just the paycheck. Employees value other benefits such as flexible hours, a pleasant atmosphere, quality professional development, and career potential. Find out what is most attractive to your workers about your business and try to ensure that you can offer that benefit. It's the best way to retain good people. As in any relationship, communication is key. Keep your workers informed about what is going on within the company. One of the biggest mistakes you can make as an owner-operator is to share company information with investors, stockholders and partners and not with employees. Better communication will result in higher productivity and morale. Technology can help. Use email, voicemail and instant messaging to keep your employees informed. Set weekly or bi-weekly staff meetings to discuss issues in more depth and to offer time for feedback and input. Share challenges and successes and invite ideas and complaints. Such meetings are particularly critical during business startup. Things change quickly. Keep your employees informed. Although some employee benefits are very expensive, good communication and the sense of belonging to a team are free. Remember that when someone, customer or employee, has an extremely positive or negative experience with your company, that person will tell others about it. Work to keep both groups happy and business will improve. Should problems arise, deal with them quickly and decisively. Respond to compliments and resolve complaints immediately. Positive word of mouth can be a highly effective yet inexpensive marketing tool. Find all management, accounting and legal support. Your professional advisory team should consist of a CPA, bookkeeper and business attorney. The need for employees will ultimately be a direct function of the demand for your services. While some businesses initially go it alone due to limited working capital, others will hire inside/outside sales, lead technicians and field workers prior to opening for business. We strongly recommend that all business locations initially employ an office manager who takes calls, schedules appointments, manages the books, markets the business, etc. Meanwhile, a certified lawn technician can perform specified services. Section 6, Week 5. Sign lease, acquire office space. By now, hopefully you've found suitable office space. Complete a property walkthrough and list all important needs in terms of building layout or utility requirements. Discuss these with the landlord. Schedule any work necessary. It will not be possible to finish the remaining pre-opening procedures without completing this step. Be prepared to sign a 2 to 5 year lease, but try to negotiate a month-to-month or 6 to 12-month lease if possible. Your ability to negotiate an office lease depends on how much leverage you have. Do your homework. Are other companies vying for the space? Has the space been vacant for a long time? Questions such as these may make the difference between you calling the shots or a landlord nickel and diming you through the lease process. There's no such thing as a standard lease, but here are some suggestions to help you become a little more lease savvy and negotiate a favourable office lease. Space. To compare different office spaces, you have to know the exact usable square footage of each space you are considering. Usable square footage is less than rentable square footage because it deducts common areas such as public corridors, elevators, lobbies and bathrooms from the overall calculations. Permitted use of the premises. An office lease typically has a section that sets forth the permitted uses of the leased space. Make this clause as broad as possible, even if your intended purpose is initially narrow. Since your business may grow and your plans may change, you want the flexibility to use the space in any reasonable legal manner. Term of the lease. Landlords are typically willing to make concessions for longer-term leases. Your company's needs may change, however, and you may find yourself locked into paying above-market rent if demand for rentals declines over time. Try to negotiate a shorter-term lease with the renewal options. The 6 to 12-month lease would be best. Rent escalations. Fixed rent over longer-term leases is relatively rare. Sometimes landlords insist on annual increases based on the percentage increases in the Consumer Price Index, CPI. If your landlord insists on rent escalations, try to arrange that the CPI rent increase doesn't kick in for at least 2 years. Then, try to get a cap on the amount of each year's increase. If you have to live with the rent escalation clause, consider a predetermined fixed amount. Common area maintenance, HVAC and operating costs. Take into account operating costs the landlord may pass on to you. Some leases require the tenant to pay for cleaning, building security, electricity, HVAC, heating, ventilation and air conditioning, maintenance and repairs. If the landlord is charging you separately for these services, try to negotiate a fixed fee or cap on the amount. In addition, some landlords will charge extra for services supplied after hours or on weekends. Order utilities. Set up all necessary utility accounts, gas, electric, garbage, water, etc., that are not built into the lease. Order phone and internet. You will need to have constant phone and internet access. We recommend companies such as Comcast or Uverse for high-speed internet. Many times you will find that local storage facilities already have Wi-Fi set up and will allow you to utilize their login information. This can help save you anywhere from $600 to $1,200 a year. Section 7, Week 6. Install hardware software on computer system. Please refer to the Office Equipment Computer Systems chapter of this manual for detailed hardware and software specifications. Please refer to the manufacturer for support with setup and installation. Register your Service Autopilot software. Our company recommends a service called Service Autopilot. This service is relatively inexpensive and recommend for running your company. We do not have any affiliation with Service Autopilot and do not receive any form of payment of recommendation. This typical service fee ranges from $47 per month and goes up from there depending on the level of service required. With Service Autopilot, all functional elements of your business are managed as one seamless application. Training, support and implementation are provided by Service Autopilot. Software and training are custom tailored to meet the specifications of your lawn care business. Section 8, Week 7. Vehicle purchase. As a service-based business, your vehicle is one of the primary points of contact with your customer. Arriving to a job site in a clean new truck or van sends a strong message of professionalism. Lawn care companies need to purchase a vehicle identified with your company-approved branding to use in business. We recommend a minimum vehicle requirement consisting of a late model, within 3 years of the current year, high-roof Ford Transit cargo van. These vans can be outfitted in a variety of different ways and can sport everything needed up to a 36-inch zero-turn stand-up rider mower. We do not recommend the use of trailers. If the van is not a viable option, we recommend purchasing custom truck beds for your trucks. Order office supplies. You need to purchase a computer system and appropriate software prior to the opening of your business. Hardware and software requirements are listed in the Computer Systems chapter. You must purchase initial office supplies and have administrative needs addressed and in place prior to the opening of your business. For further details, see Chapter 9, Office Equipment and Supplies. Opening package equipment and material needed. Office furniture and equipment. Desk, comfortable chair, file cabinets, bookcases, office decorations, wall whiteboard and markers, radio, paper shredder, wastebasket, fire extinguisher, first aid kit. Computer hardware and accessories. Desktop computer and monitor, keyboard and mouse, all-in-one copy print fax machine, modem or router, notebook computer, surge protector. Computer software. Word processing software, virus protection software, desktop publishing software. Communications. Telephone line, internet connection, cordless telephone, cordless headset, cell phone with internet features. General office supplies. Business cards, envelopes, postage stamps, printer cartridges, pencils and pens, printer paper, cleaning supplies, notepads, file folders, stapler, scissors, clipboards, highlighters, tape, paper clips, whiteout. Section 9, Week 8. Order vehicle graphics or decals. We recommend that all company vehicles be appropriately branded with company logo, phone number and email address. It typically only costs a couple of $100 per vehicle and provides continuous advertising while driving. A simple Google search for vehicle decal companies will help you in locating a reputable company. However, you should shop around. Don't necessarily just go for the lowest price. Length of time in business, customer service and availability are other things to keep in consideration when choosing a vehicle graphics company. Order business cards and marketing collateral. It's never too early to start handing out your business cards or marketing your business. Set up an account with approved vendors. Now is the time to begin filling out the credit application with approved vendors. The approval process can take up to 2 weeks. In the interim, most vendors would accept cash or credit cards while your credit application is being processed. We have found that dealers such as John Deere and Skag often have offers of 0% APR for up to 36 months with good credit. Section 10, Week 9. Conduct local market research. Researching your competition will provide valuable insight into determining how to price your services. Chapter 14 on pricing will provide a general guideline on how to price your services. Your company will not need to lowball competition in order to win customers. The services you provide will often be a cut above the competition given your education, training, and strict adherence to the principles of this operations manual. Launch grand opening advertising campaign. It's time to start advertising your company. We recommend to spend a minimum of $3,000 in the first month on advertising. This should primarily consist of PPC advertising with Google and door hanger advertisements to get a quick start. These funds should be utilized in the very beginning of the spring. We recommend a book by Perry Marshall called The Ultimate Guide to Google AdWords for help in setting up your PPC campaigns. Don't even think about running a Google PPC ad before getting educated in this area. Section 11, Week 10. Conduct your first staff meeting. Staff meetings should become a weekly activity in operating your lawn care business. Your first staff meeting will in many ways set the tone for the ones that follow. Here's how to hold a short, effective staff meeting. In general, keep them short. Most staff meetings should last less than 10 minutes. You want your staff to spend their time working on things that earn money for your business, not sitting in meetings. Keep them positive. Negative meetings contain insults, ridicule, and attacks. These activities create caution and resentment, which always costs your company money. Keep them interactive. Your staff consists of intelligent people. Put them to work in your meetings to advance the effectiveness for your organization. Share news. Give the members of your group 1 minute to report on progress made in their area of responsibility. You'll find this results in bullet point reports of essential information. It also prevents people from philosophizing, explaining, justifying, criticizing, and engaging in other unproductive activities. Practice skills. Create team learning activities that sharpen or teach skills needed in your business. Follow this activity with a brief recap of key ideas. Then ask the group members to give a 15-second report on how these ideas can be applied to improve their work. Solve problems. Give each group member a minute to describe a challenge that hinders work, and then let everyone propose solutions. Suggestions should be brief and free from self-aggrandizing explanations or motivational sermons. This process also requires a positive, supported environment to succeed. If this is used to ridicule, insult, or criticize the individual, people will be reluctant to reveal issues that need attention. Find a source of labor for large projects. Don't be surprised if right out of the gate you land a large job. Larger jobs require more manpower than you may have on board at the launch of your lawn care business. There are many sources of temporary labor. You will need to fill out applications with the agency of your choosing before you get access to their laborers. Congratulations! You have completed the pre-opening requirements.